Hello everyone, this is Teacher Rose, M5/1 to M5/5, Language and Literature, code 32101, Week 5. In our lesson this week, we are going to talk about indirect or reported speech. This week, we are going to talk about statements. When we want to repeat what someone has said, we usually use indirect or reported speech. For example, John said, "I often play tennis." This is a direct speech. It means this is the exact sentence that John said to someone. What did John say? John said that he often played tennis. This is indirect speech. Let's compare the direct and indirect statements. John said, "I often play tennis." John said that he often played tennis. What has changed? Number 1. The pronoun has changed to indicate the person who spoke. I has changed to he. Number 2. The verb of the original sentence has changed a tense. Play in the direct speech. Present simple has rolled back one tense to played in reported speech. Past simple. Number 3. The two parts, reporting verb and reporting statement, can be connected with or without that. It means using that in this sentence is optional. You can either use it or remove it. Reporting verbs for statements. The most common reporting verbs for statements in indirect speech are say, tell, and explain. Be careful that with say and explain, you have a choice to specify the person or not. If you specify the person, use to. For example, he said, or he said to her. They explained, or they explained to me. With tell, you have to specify the person. For example, he told her, or they told us. Tense changes. When you are changing a direct sentence to indirect or reported speech, the tense of the original sentence usually rolls back one tense. For example, direct sentence, Tom, I am at home. Indirect or reported statement, Tom said that he was at home. Am is the present simple form in the direct sentence here, and in the reported speech, it rolls back one tense. It becomes was, a past simple form. Look at this chart and read it carefully to see how different tenses change in the reported speech. Pause the video to read this chart carefully. In this chart, you have all the tenses and how they change in indirect or reported speech form. Please pause this video and read it carefully to find out how you need to change different tenses. In reported speech, sometimes the verb tenses don't need to be changed. Some modals and tenses. For example, could. If you have could in your original sentence, like John said, I could dance, you don't need to change it in reported speech. Reported speech is John said that he could dance. It stays the same. Would is the same too. For example, Joe said, I would help if I could. Reported speech, Joe said that he would help if he could. Past perfect is the same too. You do not need to change past perfect in reported speech. For example, Sue said, I had met Tim before this party. Reported speech is, Sue said that she had met Tim before that party. There is another case that you do not need to change the tense of the verb. If something is still true. For example, Dina said, I am a teacher, and we know that she is still a teacher. So the reported speech would be, Dina said that she is a teacher. Mo said, I love pizza, and everybody knows that Mo likes pizza. So it would be, Mo said that he loves pizza. You don't need to change the tense of the verb to the past if this is a fact and if it is still true. Other words that change. Look at this chart and read it carefully to see how other words such as time expressions, place words, and demonstratives change in the reported speech. Look at this list of time expressions, place words, and demonstratives that you need to change them if you have them in the direct speech. Pause the video to go through this list and read it carefully. Let's look at some examples with these changes. Time expressions. Time expressions sometimes need to change to keep the sense of the sentences. For example, she said, I will call you tomorrow. She said that she would call me the next day or the following day. John told her, I handed in the report yesterday. John told her that he had handed in the report the day before. We told him, we are coming back next week. Reported speech, we told him that we were coming back the following week. She said, we didn't visit London last year. Reported speech, she said that they hadn't visited London the year before. They said, we must leave now. In reported speech, we should say, they said that they had to leave then or immediately. Place words. Here changes to there if the location has changed. For example, we've been living here for 20 years. Reported speech, they said they'd been living there for 20 years. Demonstratives. This and these change to that and those in reported speech. For example, she said, this is the last bus. Reported speech is, she said that was the last bus. They told us we have chosen these books. They told us that they had chosen those books. There is another phrase that we need to change in reported speech. Would like changes to want. I'd like to is a formal form of I want, used only in the present tense. To report a sentence with this expression, use the verb want. For example, she said, I'd like to be a singer. Reported speech would be, she said that she wanted to be a singer. He said, I'd like some rice, please. Reported speech, he said he wanted some rice. Let's practice. Exercises. Put the following sentences into indirect or reported speech form. For example, he said, I haven't found my book yet. How do you change it to reported speech? The answer is, he said that he hadn't found his book yet. Haven't found is present perfect, and we need to change it one tense back to past perfect simple. That's why it would change to hadn't found. I is related to he, so that's why we change it to he in the reported speech. They said we aren't ready. What is the reported speech form for this sentence? The answer is, they said they weren't ready. We changes to they. Aren't is present simple and it changes to weren't, simple past. That is an optional word. He told me I can call you back tomorrow. What is the reported speech? He told me that he could call me back the next day. That is an optional word. I changes to he. Can rolls back one tense and changes to could. You changes to me to make sense. And tomorrow changes to the next day. We said we'll stay here for a while. The reported speech is, we said we'd stay there for a while. Will is short form of we will. And would is short form of we would. So will changes to would one tense back. They told me we posted the letter yesterday. How do you say this sentence in reported speech? The answer is, they told me they had posted the letter the day before. We changes to they to keep the meaning of the sentence. Posted is simple past and it changes to past perfect simple. Had posted. Yesterday changes to the day before. And the last exercise. Bob told us I'd like to take up swimming. How do you change this one to reported speech? I'd like is short form of I would like. The answer is Bob told us he wanted to take up swimming. Would like is the formal form of saying want in present tense. And when you are changing this to reported speech, you should use the verb wanted instead. Watch this short quiz show and try to answer the questions.
Hello and welcome to today's grammar game show. I'm your host, Will, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, I can't stand bad grammar. And of course, let's not forget Leslie, our all-knowing voice in the sky.
Hello, everyone!
Tonight we're going to ask you 3 questions about
reported speech. That he said, she said grammar that's useful for gossip, rumor, hearsay, and conjecture.
Okay, now let's meet our contestants.
Hello all, my name is Bill.
And contestant number 2.
Hello, Schnookums. I'm Nana Will.
Nana Will? What are you doing here? Well, I haven't seen you since... But that was such a long time.
I came to see how you're getting on, Poppet. Your mum tells me you're doing so well. Are you wearing clean underwear?
Nana! Not cool!
Willykins, answer your Nana right now.
Well, yes, Nana. Clean-ish underwear, Nana.
Very good. Aren't you going to introduce me to your little friend?
Oh, Nana Will, this is Bill. Bill, this is Nana Will. Leslie, Nana Will, Leslie.
Hello, Nana Will.
Hello, Nana Will.
Well, can I get on now?
Yes, of course, dear. Who's stopping you?
Okay, well, let's get going. And don't forget, you can play along at home too. Our first round is a straight-up questions round. What are the 3 most commonly used verbs in reported speech grammar?
Say, tell, and ask.
Correct.
Tell me one verb pattern for say, tell, and ask.
Say something to someone. Tell someone something. Ask someone if or whether or question word.
Correct.
Final question in this round. Give me an example of say and tell.
No, I'll take this one if you don't mind, dearie. I remember when you were just a little sprite and we went to the zoo and we saw an ostrich for the first time. And you know what he said? He said it was a big chicken. He told me it was a big chicken.
Nana? Really?
Just answering the question, pumpkin.
Leslie?
Well done. Reported speech is used to inform the listener what was said by someone on a different occasion. The 3 most common reported speech verbs are say, tell, and ask. Say is commonly used without a personal pronoun. Will said it was a big chicken, while tell must be followed by one. Will told Nana Will it was a big chicken. Finally, ask is used in reported questions. Ask can be followed by a pronoun and then if or whether for a yes-no question or a question word for a question word question.
Good work, Bill. Have 15 points for you. And 20 points for Nana Will. On to round 2. Answer this. What usually happens to the tense of a sentence when it changes from direct speech to reported speech?
It usually gets rolled back 1/10.
Correct.
Well done. Let's have a practice, shall we? I'll tell you the sentence and you give me the reported speech version. Ready? I love my nana.
Oh, he said he loved his nana.
Correct.
Who's been playing with my question cards?
It's a mystery, dear. Keep reading.
I wanted to be an elephant when I was a child.
He told me he had wanted to be an elephant when he was a child.
Correct.
I will always listen to Nana Will.
He said he would always listen to Nana Will.
Correct.
Well, answer this one then. One of those sentences does not need to have its tense changed in reported speech. Which one is it and why?
It's the first one. He said he loves his nana. This is because the situation hasn't changed from when it was said. It is still true.
Correct.
Now don't test me, young man, or I'll give you a smack on the botty bot bot.
Leslie!
That's absolutely right. When changing speech from direct to reported, remember that the tense of the direct speech should be rolled back one step towards the past. For example, present becomes past and past becomes past perfect. However, there are one or two exceptions. Firstly, some tenses and verb types don't change, such as the past perfect and verbs like would and could. Secondly, if something which was said is still true at the time of reporting, no tense change is necessary. This is also true if the reporting verb say or tell is in the present tense.
Well done, you get 11.2
Will, before I forget, I brought you some milk.
Oh, Nana Will, you're not supposed to come up.
Drink up, dear. Nana knows best. Well done.
Well, let's move on to our final round. Along with these tense changes... Oh, she's gone to sleep. Okay, everyone, let's... All right. Along with these tense changes, certain subjective words must also change when converted to reported speech. Have a look at these sentences and tell me which words need to change. He said, I'm here now. Shh. Yes, Bill.
He said he was there then.
Correct.
I said I got this last Tuesday. Yes, Bill.
You said you had got that the Tuesday before.
Correct.
They said we'll be there next year. Yes, Bill.
They said they would be there the year after.
Correct.
Leslie.
Great stuff. In speech, certain words such as pronouns, place, and time words will be relative to that context. Later, when these words are transferred into reported speech, they may need to change, so be careful.
And that brings us to the end of today's grammar game show. Let's count out the points. And the winner is... Bill! Yay! Woo! Well done. Here's what you won.
Young man, blood is thicker than water. I've combed your hair. I've taken you to school. I've even changed your nappy. So don't tell me I lost.
Nana, you're awake! Hey, how wonderful. And the winner is Nana. Well done. Here's what she's won.
It's a nice cup of tea.
We'll see you again next week where you can play for another prize. And Bill, Sorry, old pal, I can't play anymore. Nana's orders. Whoops! I must have pushed the wrong button. Unleash the ravages of time.
Will, did you just... to your Nana?
Oh, don't worry. She's tough as old boots, that one. She'll be fine. It's the animals that I feel sorry for. It looks like we'll need another contestant. Thanks for joining us. Say goodbye, Leslie.
Nagati, Leslie.
Oh, see you next time.
Now that you have learned how to make reported speech in statement form, let's do some more exercises. Pause the video to make notes of your answers before looking at the correct sentences. The first question has 100 points. So after you answer the questions, check your answer with mine. And if you got it right, you get 100 points. Number 1. John said, "I really like pizza." How do you say this sentence in reported speech? Pause the video and make notes of your answers before you look at the correct one. The answer is, John said that he really liked pizza. If your answer is correct, you get 100 points. Next question has 100 points again. Len said, "I will never go to the show." How do you say it in reported speech? The answer is, Len said that he would never go to the show. That is an optional word, so if you didn't write it, it's okay. If your answer is correct, you get another 100 points. Number 3 has 200 points, so you should be more careful. Raphael said, "I want to go to the movies this weekend." The answer is, Raphael said that he wanted to go to the movies that weekend. One changes to wanted. I changes to he. This weekend changes to that weekend. Did you get it right? If yes, 200 points is yours. Question number 4, 200 points. The man said, "The thief robbed the lady." The answer is, the man said the thief had robbed the lady. If you got it right, you get 200 points. Question number 5 has got 300 points. Bernard said, "I wasn't near the scene of the crime." The answer is, Bernard said he hadn't been near the scene of the crime. 300 points is yours if you got it right. Question number 6 also has 300 points. Nito said, "My brother has just returned from his trip to Rio." The answer is Mito said his brother had just returned from his trip to Rio. Question number 7 has 400 points. Janet said, I am with my brother at the shopping center. What did Janet say? Janet said she was with her brother at the shopping center. Was your answer correct? If yes, you get 400 points. And the last question with 500 points, so be very careful with this one. Our teacher said, you must do your homework. The answer is, our teacher said we had to do our homework. You changes to we because of the meaning of the sentence. Must changes to had to. Your changes to our. Did you get it right? If yes, 500 points for you.